What if a nation was run by the academics, the intellectuals, the professors, the doctors? The Victorian era is known from the decline of the aristocrats and the landowners to the empowerment of the capitalists. What if it wasn't about owning land and hereditary ownership? What if it wasn't about how much money you had? What if it was based upon the size of your brain? We are going to make an intellectual, technocratic Belgium. Belgium! Laws. And here it is. Distribution of power, the technocracy. A nation is governed by an unelected council of men of reason and ability. Your ability to hold power is not based upon your right to vote, how much money you got in the pocket, or if your daddy was very, very rich and owned lots of land. It is based on the size of your brain. We are going to socially engineer Belgium to be an intellectual, technocratic technocracy. The interest groups. And here it is. The intelligentsia. And they are positivists, meaning at the start of the game, they favor the technocracy. Nice. The intelligentsia, if you look really closely here, is made up of the clerks, 44%, laborers, 16%, bureaucrats, 14%, and the academics at 7%. So bureaucrats is your government, academics are your universities, clerks are your shopkeepers, and laborers are kind of like your very poor workers. So, to be honest with you, academics need to shoot up massively. And to boost academics, it's easy. You just build universities. 2 in Flanders. 2, you say? Let's make that 12. And of course, this is going to require an intense amount of funding. So we tax everyone to redistribute the wealth to the academic. That's good. To top that off as well, we've only got 2 states, which is perfect because that allows us to promote social mobility, giving more education and qualifications. I mean, at the end of the day, we're a technocracy. That's kind of our main thing. That's our gig. We're all about funding and improving the education. Therefore, to create more academics, more. The Hoi for Grandis Land is confirmed. The Hoi for Grandis Land is a set of Hoi for multiplayer games live over the space of 3 whole days. There you get to play and roleplay with newly made friends and meet the team behind Hearts of Iron. This project is partnered together by Paradox Interactive and Turbo LARP, and I will be attending. There will be multiple professional actors enhancing the authentic World War II experience. Are you going to respect the hierarchy of command, or will you become court-martialed? The Grandis Land will be taking place in Czechar Castle in Poland from November the 21st to the 24th. This is your chance to play the actual role in a military academy, participate in vital strategic missions, collaborate with your fellow players, and become the greatest Hearts of Iron 4 player. I can't wait to see you there. All right, the first thing we're going to do is private schools. The bigger the schools are, the more power it gives to strengthen the intelligentsia. So that needs to be done first. Religion, the opiate of the masses. Let's remove their power and give it to the academics, the bureaucrats, and the clerks, which are all conveniently intelligentsia. First election, and the winner is the Liberal Party, which consists of the industrialists and the intelligentsia. And it looks like a win for the money, which makes me very sad. One thing we're going to need to do is expand from these borders, and the only real expansions we've got is into the Dutch or Luxembourg. Everyone else is a major, so it's going to be tricky. So what we need to do is build a navy so we can expand to the oceans, and just 2 naval bases will do. Well, who would have known, eh? It does look like the church has a lot of power in Belgium. Catholics, with their religious control of Belgium, that clearly has to end in a technocratic Belgium. Success! It was religious schools, so that massively defranchises the Catholic Church. Now the power falls to the intelligentsia. On top of that too, we currently got elected bureaucrats, which is actually kind of good. However, no, appointed bureaucrats is what we want, because that empowers, once again, the academics, the intelligentsia. Oh yeah, Navy. Might need a shipyard. Yes, that would be handy. Hire my first admiral, and he commands a fleet of 0 ships. The philosophy department. We have secured funding for philosophy departments in all our institutions of higher education. The University of Flanders has chosen to focus the funding on advanced dialectics. What? Tell me in the comments, what does this even mean? Thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. University output plus 25%. And as you can see, the intelligentsia are gaining momentum. Wow, urbanized Belgium is so quick. I'm barely a few years into the game. Wow, it's just that easy. Nice. Okay, one thing we made a mistake with is we need to fund government wages because that gets fed directly into universities and other areas that are bureaucrats, which tend to be intelligentsia. So fund them. A navy! We've done it. If we need more than one ship, that could be a problem. Anyway, Piece of Africa, West Africa, Belgium expansion, declare war. Yeah, I think this is doable. The biggest thing that's going to curtail you as Belgium is the lack of population. You haven't got a lot of it, and eventually you're going to run out of unemployed. Oh yeah, hang on. 0 unemployed. Well, there you go. That means we need to automate all of our business now. Everything gets technology to fire people that are low qualified and hire people who are more qualified. So laborers out, engineers and mechanics in. Appointed bureaucrats is here. And of course, we're only appointing the intelligentsia. And look, it is paying off so much. To the moon with the academics. It is time. All right, 2 navies now. We can do 2 naval invasions. 1 and a 2. Success chance goes up massively. And there we go. Easy. And now we definitely outgun them with firepower. So these battles are easy to win. Cannons versus axes. You know who's going to win. There you go. A Belgian colony in West Africa. Congo 2. Ooh, my main general is part of the intelligentsia. What I can do is max out and promote him. And this gives a big popularity boost to the intelligentsia. Hey, look, this is a Victoria 3 game. Loyalty, rock bottom, and radicals up high. So to build more loyalty, what we're going to do is home affairs and we're going to do guaranteed liberties. This is like the easiest way of building so much loyalty within your country. So let's do that. Everyone is guaranteed the right to say whatever they want, even if they really shouldn't. Guaranteed liberties. A massive boost to royalists and a nerf to how many radicals we get. Do we go all the way? Do we go all the way? Yeah, let's go all the way. Defend liberties to the hilt. Access to POPs has been achieved. West African Belgium. The church's power inside of Belgium has gone on for way too long. Time for total separation of church and state. You can worship whoever you want to worship. To expand the power of the intelligentsia, to give us more support for a technocracy, what we need to do is expand education. And to do that, we've got to get the kids out of the mines and into the schools. Human rights, which unlocks compulsory primary schools. 91% chance. Goodbye, church. Okay, now we actually start working on loyalty for real this time. Okay, the industrialists are positivists, and so is the military. So this is like the best possible time to go for a technocracy, but mine is going to cause a revolution. And my nation is going to be pretty much stagnant for quite a long period. Decisions. You know what? Forget it. Positivist armed forces, technocracy. Only just tiny bit of favorable support. And there's no revolution, which is surprising me, being that everyone hates us. Technocracy. Now we just need to hold back the waves of liberalism as they want universal suffrage. Voting? Nah. Human rights have arrived, and let's go all the way. Compulsory schools. An agitator has arrived in my nation, and he is pushing a movement to preserve child labor. Guys, watching the video, this guy wants to throw you down the mines. How do you feel about that? Here we go. Compulsory school is amazing because you get to up your education, but we get an extra bonus. When we up our education, that gives us more support for the intelligentsia, consolidating our power behind the intelligentsia. Okay, new army recruited, intelligentsia and intelligentsia. 2 field marshals, all the power led by our armed forces. The consolidation of power now is in the hands of the intelligentsia. The strong arm of the military. Now let's expand right in here. Push, push. Making them a puppet is going to make so much income. So this is going to be an incredibly profitable war. Boom. And that's not really affecting my income that much. I'll be honest with you. Putting all the money into the government and just cycling it back in is actually costing me quite a lot of money. Keeping the budget positive is becoming quite tricky. This definitely isn't the min-maxing way of playing. North German Federation formed and then it's kind of balkanized itself. Never seen a revolution like this before where they've all broken away independently. What? So where this works at the minute is every bit of extra money I make from capitalism gets reinvested into universities in my capital and then therefore funds the intelligentsia. But then I end up building up the industrialist model, which boosts them, which all I'm really doing technically is just funding the industrialists to build my economy to reinvest it back into the intelligentsia. I'm making this big circle. Okay, change of tactics. Right now, with high taxes causing radicals to go up, so it's causing me problems. Also, low legitimacy is causing a lot of problems as well. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to drop taxes as low as they'll go for a very temporary period. And then we'll take on a bit of debt. However, it might balance the situation with the loyalists and the radicals. Oh, I think it's worked. The radicals are just in West Africa now. They're right near home. But who'd have known, eh? Belgians don't like taxations. You are Belgium and you hate taxation, please let me know in the comments below. Southeast Asia, ripe for the picking, right? Up it. Okay, where do we go? Do we land directly on the capital? I feel like that's the smart thing to do. 1, 2, and the 3. Oh yeah, we need to mobilize as well. Whoops. And the result is... I think we've been denied. First, you don't succeed, you try, and you try again. And also, you fail and fail again. FeedBackGaming, champion of pessimism. Again! Success! Oh, wow, we're actually earning some good income right now, and that's all from war reps. There's a part of me that might regret this, but I'm about to pull a load of power from everyone else to the capitalists by publicly trading everything. So is this going to be a good decision? I'm going to regret this? Maybe. Let's find out. The leader of the intelligentsia now is a market liberal. So we've got a capitalist academia. I feel like this is the best of both worlds. We're getting the most from private investment. We're getting the most from building the economy and profiteering. And simultaneously, we're doing what we wanted to do, making the technocracy of capitalism. Kind of feel like I'm playing a normal game of Victoria 3 now. It's really strange to see the Belgium flag on the Siam flag. To be fair, it's weird to see the tricolor flag as a part of any colonial flag. I kind of in my mind have associated that with anti-imperialism, even though that's not actually the case. I don't know what suddenly just happened, but I'm just making an absolute crap ton of money. Government dividends is where I'm making money, and diplomatic pacts. Oh, look at all that money. Oof. Farming that money, sucking up that money. Okay, for the first time in a very, very, very long time, I can actually build industry. So I exploit the third world by making them puppets. Therefore, they have to give me 20% of their income, I think. And therefore, I invest that into my construction to build my buildings and my industry. Is this what colonialism is? Well, look at the interest groups. This is not what I expected were going to happen. So look, marginalized. Armed forces make sense because we're militia, because we're Belgium. Rural folk we destroyed because we got rid of homesteading. Landowners, obviously, got destroyed because all the wealth transferred to the other interest groups, and the church got destroyed because we went through atheism. And then we're left with this. So trade unions, part of the technocracy, so it makes sense, and feeds a lot of wealth off the industrialists, which are kind of going hyper-capitalism, so it makes sense. Petite bourgeoisie is benefiting from the high government wages. Industrialists, of course, capitalism on steroids, makes sense, that's where all the wealth is. And intelligentsia, 54% on absolute steroids. Max government wages, and of course, feeding off the power of the technocracy. The big brains of Belgium are here. Expand the universities. Let's not do it in half measures. Let's go all the way. Feels really strange that we're a technocracy. The landowners have no power, and yet we have a monarchy still. Maybe we should get rid of that. Legitimacy from votes. There is no voting. Okay, whatever. We'll just get rid of it. Okay, what happened to the industrialists? I have no idea why that's happened. All of a sudden, they've just lost all their clout, and I have no idea why. Is it because I built like 30 universities? I just don't get it. Well, you know it's going to come to this eventually, right? You know what's coming. That's right. Eventually, we're going to have to take back the Netherlands. It was coming eventually, right? I thought puppeting them would be like a lovely humiliation. Do you know what? I think I'm just going to conquer it. That's going to be way easier. Mobilize. Off you go. Off you go. Off you go. Less than 20 years ago, Belgium declared independence from the Netherlands. And now we are going back to the colonial overlords. And then we're going to colonize you. Is this still colonialism if I'm colonizing the colonizer? I suppose it's just colonialism the other way around, right? First shots fired just over the border. Push! Oh, a republic. The flag's changed. The United Belgium States. You know what? I'm going to pretend I didn't see this. It's going to be united when I'm done here. That's right. Right here. The Battle of Holland. Push! Anarchy? I think not. Push. Oh, we've encircled them. And now they're gone. That is a massive increase to my industry. And that makes us 8th place in the world. Never mind colonies. Integrate. The Netherlands is Belgium. Well and truly the United Belgium States. So, what's costing the most money? Construction, 200k. I mean, that's pretty standard. Construction costs a lot. If you look there really closely, goods for government buildings, 86,000. Government wages, 181,000. That's the first time I've ever seen government wages come anywhere near construction goods. Okay, the radical movement has arrived. Intelligentsia has become radicalized. One final thing I want to check. Even with all these influential factors, I want to see if I go universal suffrage and I give voting for everyone, will the intelligentsia get a lion's share of the votes? That's what I want to know. That's a little cursed. Oh, ooh. Yeah, that's a little cursed too. But worst of all, what? A united Scandinavia? Universal suffrage. Now, we maxed out about 60%, 65% clout for the intelligentsia. The election has arrived, and oh my. The Communist Party at 52% of the vote. Yeah, I think this is the end of the intelligentsia. The technocracy has flipped from the academic minds of the university to the trade unions. Karl Marx becomes a radical. Hang on a minute. Leader of the intelligentsia, radical. Leader of industrious, radical. Petite bourgeoisie, radical. Trade unions, radical. So this government has no opposition. It is a united front to create an open democracy, which is kind of lame if you think about it. The election is over. The winner with 54% of the vote is the Communist Party. Liberals in second, and the Free Trade Party in third place. The new ruling party, the trade unions, led by Karl Marx again. So hang on, Karl Marx, wherever he appears, has the same culture group of wherever he appears. Before in the previous game, he was German and Russian. Now he's Wallonian. And because he's a radical, we've changed government, and it's not really made any difference because, well, what difference would it make? Because everyone's a radical. Did we just do the parliamentary republic because that's what they want? When it comes down to it, the technocracy did not boost the intelligentsia by that much. You look really closer, we're at 41% right now. We're about 55%, 60%-ish when we maxed out. And now we've gone back to universal suffrage. We've got 41%. The trade union has just gobbled up the extra share. Because we're on maximum taxation too, the industrialists are kind of pushed down now because we're gobbling up a lot of their income so they can't use their wealth as a form of clout. Okay, final thing to do. We max out taxes, we drop down wages, and then we build just as many universities as we can. Okay, what difference would this make? Max construction sectors in all of the lowlands. Max construction. Build!
One eternity later.
All right, many years later, the universities have been constructed. 292 of them with a slight paper shortage. Oh my god, the bureaucracy is pretty intense. However, without the boost of the academics as a part of the technocracy, the difference it's made to the intelligentsia's clout is not really that much. It's kind of flatlined, to be honest with you. The trade unions well and truly have made their impact. I suppose the very final thing to do here now would be to remove all the consumption taxes, stack the authority, and then maybe try and bolster, I guess, the intelligentsia. But at the end of the day, it was better off to stick with the technocracy. But now you know. Technocratic Belgium. Success? Maybe. Failure? Maybe. Britain invading Russia? Oof, interesting timeline. I think we'll leave it at that, boys. Goodbye. You've watched it. You can't unwatch it. And keep watching it. This is the next video. Give this one a click. This one.